Welcome back, everyone. You know what? You can still enjoy that Thanksgiving feast and stay health conscious while you're doing it. We've got personal trainer Nick Fey from Lifetime Fitness joining us here to talk about what that looks like. This is the biggest thing that a lot of us are thinking about, myself included, when it comes to this. Now, I have to ask, do you have a lot of clients who come in and they're concerned about Thanksgiving probably throwing off that momentum that they've had?
Typically Thursday, like the Thanksgiving day, is one of my busiest days for clients in the morning because everybody wants to get that workout in early, which is great. I'm taking this year off just because I do have 2 little kids where I'm like, well, I have finite years of getting to experience this with them. But yeah, the gym will be busy. We're open 4 a.m. to noon that day. We'll have plenty of stuff going on there. So it's a good day for, people are acknowledging like, okay, I got to burn some calories before I eat the calories,
And I never thought about that. Those days after, I'm sure that you guys are just hopping over there because I know I'm already planning to be at the gym this weekend to try to burn off that meal. So that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's the after effect is pretty significant. Where it's good, they're coming to the gym to do that, and that's where tips like this today are like, let's make that after effect not as harsh, where you feel like you got to do, cardio for an hour to make up for those couple slices of pie.
Exactly. So what are some things that we need to think about? You're going there on Thursday, you're loading up that plate. What are things I need to think about as I'm putting together that meal, just trying to serve myself?
Yeah, I think first leading up into it is going to be hydration. That's an underrated one, but the day is busy, you're talking to people, you're doing stuff, you're not thinking about drinking water, or maybe you're drinking other calorically heavy beverages, and that adds up pretty significantly throughout the day. So keeping up with that hydration can help because then you're going to be more satiated for that meal. You're not as dehydrated later on in the day. It's just going to help you limit some of that calories there. And then when you're building your plate, think of you want 50% of your protein, whether that's ham, turkey, brisket, whatever your cup of tea is for that. A quarter of it would be your starches like your potatoes. The other quarter is your veggies. You do that, you have pretty good macronutrients.
Okay.
You've earned your slice of pie or whatever, your dessert of choice is after that. You've earned that to, enjoy that with your family and stuff too.
So I have to ask you, what is your plate going to look like?
So I'm pretty protein heavy.
Okay.
And my wife's probably laughing at this one too because I'm like the turkey, ham, then I got my stuffing, my potatoes, gravy over everything, but I'm pretty protein dominant, which is the cliche trainer thing for sure, but it's one of the best days to be able to do that. I love these kind of meals.
Honestly, and I'm so glad you said that because that sounds exactly like my plate. Maybe throw in a green bean casserole or something like that there.
Oh yeah. My wife's making the Snicker salad, which that's been sitting on the counter. The Snickers are sitting there. I'm like,
I'm sure that's been tempting.
I'm going to have to, go. I'm not going to be there at 4 a.m., but I'll be at the gym in the morning to get my Snicker salad.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned something about eating mindfully. Explain what that means.
So it's mostly just thinking ahead of time. So it's easy on days like that where it's like grab, go. We're just kind of snacking all the way throughout the day. So if you can have a breakfast ahead of time, so then when you're not showing up to the meal or cooking the meal, you're not just snacking, all day long. Even though it's great food, it's fun to do with your family, but that's what really adds up in the long run. And just thinking about your plate, I kind of create that visual of the plate where, okay, I know what's available, I know what we're bringing, and it's not to be harsh on, don't eat the foods you enjoy. That's what this day is meant for, to be thankful and kind of enjoy that time with your family. But if you can be more appropriate with the macronutrients during and afterward, you don't have that harsh effect of like, now I need to go hibernate for 3 hours and then try to catch back up at the gym. You can just kind of continue life pretty normally.
And as we wrap up here, I do want to ask you about this. In terms of staying active, what's some advice you would give people in terms of maybe working out before or even trying to get in a walk after, something like that?
I always advise people try to move all throughout the day. So it's great, do your turkey trot or, come into the gym early in the morning. Like that's great to do. But then also, help with the dishes, help with setup, maybe go do something like bowling afterward or like something where we continue moving. Because same thing, if you can burn more calories during that process, if you are consuming more, you're going to be in a better spot, but also you're going to feel really good about it because you've been active, you're doing those fun social things with your family. I always like the classic, go for a long walk afterward as a family and just, you're just going to digest and feel significantly better after that.
That's right. Good advice. Nick, thank you. Appreciate your time.